Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories we have for you tonight. A 16-year-old is now charged with the murder in that deadly machete attack. A warning for swimmers before Easter, and mentoring during U.V.I.'s Golden Jubilee is a top priority. These stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a minor has been charged with the brutal machete attack on the 69-year-old victim from Adventure Hill. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. You know, we're still hemorrhaging from the massive bleeding that St. Croix encountered over the last 72 hours. Now, I'm still standing in front of the home of 69-year-old Leroy Jardin. And again, allegedly, he was macheted to death by a 16-year-old whose name is being withheld. And we understand from my sources anyway, unofficial, that he turned himself into a health department official sometime yesterday afternoon to the police authorities. Now, that 16-year-old has been charged with first-degree murder. I talked to some people in the neighborhood, some people who know Mr. Jardin, and they believe that he took this 16-year-old minor in, a neighborhood youth, and he took the 16-year-old minor into his home. This is unofficial. And of course, we know that the aftermath, something went horribly wrong, leading to Mr. Jardin's death. So this 16-year-old, whose name is being withheld because he is a minor, has been arrested for first-degree murder. So, folks, if you know anything about this horrible tragedy, that you should call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Again, the 16-year-old allegedly or suspected anyway of the machete death of Mr. Leroy Jardin, who was 69 years old. Lived right behind me. The dog still underneath the porch in Adventure Hill. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
In other news, sad news to report from the Cane Bay area. A tourist drowned yesterday while snorkeling. News Channel 8's Wes Small used this opportunity to warn swimmers as the Easter season approaches.
Thank you very much, Stacy. We're here at Cane Bay. As you can see, these folks are getting ready to go out and do some scuba diving there. Here's a sign for the best snorkeling at Cane Bay. But I have to tell you, make sure you folks are careful out there. Unfortunately, we have had a drowning again here at Cane Bay. You might remember we also had one last year as well. His name is Robert Serleski. We believe he's in his late 50s or early 60s. There's some confusion on whether he was 58 or 68. Now, as the cameraman pans out here, this is one of the top beautiful snorkeling and scuba destinations, we have on St. Croix. But you have to, and it's a beautiful day, because you could see St. Thomas and the BVI's there, but you have to be really careful. Make sure you swim with a buddy. Let people know where you're going. And it's a big drop-off here. We have the wall here. Look at the horses in the water. It is beautiful here. But apparently, Mr. Serleski, something went horribly wrong. As he was snorkeling, he got sick and ill. And by the time he got to shore, it was too late, unfortunately, for that. Now, I talked to one of the dive shops here, and they were uncooperative. They didn't want to release any information, and it is kind of sad that this accident happened. But I can tell you this. As the cameraman comes down to the beach and we take a look, you'll notice something that is missing here. Beautiful people, nice beach and everything, but what is missing? There are no lifeguards here. I just talked to St. Clair Williams, Housing, Parks, and Recreation Commissioner. The only lifeguards on St. Croix is at the Frederickstead Pool as well as Kramer's Park. So, folks, as Easter approaches, use your common sense and please be careful, okay? Use a buddy and just common sense, the do's and don'ts. Meanwhile, it is a beautiful day here at Cane Bay as the scuba divers are going out. Robert Serleski from New Hampshire, again, lost his life in that snorkeling accident, and our condolences to his family. please be careful as we approach Easter, as we enjoy our beautiful beaches. At Cane Bay, Stacy, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And as Wes said, please be safe out there. And Dr. Jeffrey Chase, president of the Association of Hospital Employed Physicians, spoke to News Channel 8 on his views of the nurses' layoffs.
I think that this is kind of consistent with the pattern that the hospital, that One-Way Hospital has been doing, which is basically, regardless of whether things are legal or illegal, they just go ahead and do them. And I think this was probably the most blatant public thing, but it's the latest in a long series of things. We've been going back and forth with them for probably a year to 2 years now, with a couple of issues involving illegal hiring of physicians, illegal firings of physicians, kind of basically acting as they see fit without regard for the unions and without regard for the collective bargaining agreement. This has just made it more public by firing all these nurses, which we think was most likely illegal. And what we have to go by is their track record in terms of doing things that may be against the collective bargaining agreement. And immediate situation to what's going on now would be to rehire those nurses. If they really wanted to move towards this magnet status or whatever it is with the employing more nurses, they should have a process by which they train the nurses as they're working there as LPNs and CNAs. They can train them to become RNs and therefore keep their employment, but eventually they would all become RNs. If that's really what he wanted, that's what he should do.
As you know, there has been a time change. Our territory is now at the same time as the Eastern Standard Time Zone in the United States. Here is our programming information. WSVI News Channel 8 at 6:30 a.m. Good Morning America from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's The View at 11 a.m. It's The Q at 1 p.m. The Revolution at 2 p.m. General Hospital at 3 p.m. and General Hospital again at 6 p.m. Your own WSVI News Channel 8 at 7 p.m. ABC World News Tonight at 7:30 p.m., ABC Primetime Programming from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., and yay, it's WSVI News Channel 8 on again at 11 p.m. It's your Caribbean Report when we come back. CARICOM is online to help consumers, and it's yachting in Virgin Gorda. Those stories and more are in your Caribbean Report. The Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, has launched an online system which allows consumers in 14 member states to alert authorities on dangerous products which they detect in the market. It is called the CARICOM Rapid Exchange System for Dangerous Non-Food Consumer Goods, or CAREX, and was developed in response to concerns for the need to strengthen the region's market surveillance of unsafe consumer goods. National contact points have been created in Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago, who are all participating in this regional system. The system covers all non-food consumer products. CAREX operates through an online portal webpage that allows consumers in any of the participating countries to alert a contact about a product which they have detected as harmful or posing a safety hazard. In crime prevention from Kingston, Jamaica, Jamaica is set to get assistance in dealing with organized crime from American prosecutors. U.S. State Department Deputy Assistant Secretary Julissa Reynoso says the assistance will fall within the partnership between the United States and the Caribbean through the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative, designed to combat the drug trade and other transnational crimes that threaten regional security. Reynoso noted that it was still too early to say how many prosecutors will be deployed to Jamaica, but they will carry out the function. In Health from Barbados, chronic kidney disease is on the rise, resulting in the island's only general hospital spending $6.5 million annually on treatment. Of that figure, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital spends $1.8 million per year to rent dialysis machines for its artificial kidney unit and pay additional dollars for the treatment of patients at an outside private facility because their unit is so full. However, despite the rise in kidney disease, the hospital is reporting recent successes with kidney transplants. And in sports from Virgin Gorda, Laura Piana, the Italian luxury brand, has signed on for the second edition of the Caribbean Super Yacht Regatta and Rendezvous. The 4-day event, which is open to sailing yachts and motor yachts over 80 feet in length, will take place from March 14th through March 17th at the newly opened Yacht Club Costa Smeralda, or YCCS, in Virgin Gorda. 14 sailing yachts and 9 motor yachts have registered already to participate, and racing begins on March 15th and will continue each day through March 17th. More problems with the election system, and this time it's money. News Channel 8's Wes Small caught up with Attorney Michael Joseph, who has his own thoughts of the magnitude of this problem.
Thank you very much, Stacy. I'm very fortunate to catch up with famous attorney Michael Joseph, usually defense attorney, but he's also a community activist. And Michael, I have to tell you, thank you for giving me a few minutes in between your trial. I know you're very busy with a major trial and a cold case. But you were just here in Barron Spot getting ready to go to get some veggies there. And I said, let me talk to you about the election situation. Yesterday, I was at Board of Elections. A lot of signatures came in with the recall. And then information about Mr. Rupert Ross saying that they may not have enough money for the November election. And we are already in the middle of March. Wow. What do you have to say about that?
Well, from a constitutional point of view, it's laughable. What you're saying that we're not going to have any more democracy, that borders on treason. If you say we're not going to hold an election, trust me, I'll be the first one to call the 110 paratroopers. I mean, you're hijacking my homeland now. I mean, this is laughable.
Attorney Joseph, you think it's this serious?
It is extremely serious. When you say you're not holding an election, that is so outrageous, it's laughable.
Now, what do you think then would be the next step? Could they hold, I don't want to say hostage, but if they don't get that money, could we not see an election this November?
As far as courts are concerned, when a constitution requires, and the Organic Act requires, elections every so often,
yes,
the United States Constitution guarantees a Republican form of government. When you're saying you are debasing that, or you, because of lack of money, you're changing it, you're basically tearing up our organic documents, and therefore I would consider that treason.
Well, the petitions, thousands and thousands of names were submitted yesterday by various sections. What do you think is going to happen next with the election board?
To be quite frank with you, I have no interest in recalling any election official. My interest is making sure there is an election.
That's a pretty good thought.
You know, I mean,
it's scary.
Yeah, no, the courts will just order the election and hold in contempt anyone who said they're not following their legal mandate. Right. As I've said all the time, if you can't do the job, just step aside, let other people do it.
Could we be seeing federal intervention?
Absolutely. I mean, that's where you're really begging for federal. This is worse than Mississippi now. Yeah. This violates every concept of human dignity and democracy. It's again, I think it's laughable. I was a student of Rupert Ross. I find him an honorable man, and I am sure that letter was simply meant to say, don't forget to send the money.
All right. Well, if you recall, I did ask for Rupert Ross yesterday, along with John Abramson. They were not there at yesterday's petition as they gave the petitions, but we welcome Mr. Ross and also Mr. Abramson this week, and I think we'll get them to give their part of what is going on with the election system. Michael Joseph, thank you very much for that. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
We're at U.V.I. when we come back. A dynamic speaker was the special guest at a presentation as part of U.V.I.'s 6th annual Shadow Our Students program, a mentoring program that News Channel 8's Wes Small attended earlier today.
Thank you very much, Stacy. I got to tell you, this is a win-win situation. We're here at U.V.I. It's always positive. I'm here with Mr. Keith Brown, who's on a lecture tour all over the world to mentor. And these wonderful students here are from several schools on the island. I'm getting ready to talk to Miss Royer here. It's like, so far I believe, Mr. Brown, this is a management version here.
Absolutely. This is marketing and management where they are building for ownership. Yeah. And this is the message.
Here we go right here. Look at this. I already asked him for a t-shirt. He says like a uniform. Yeah. Keith Brown, we're going to be talking to him. This is a wonderful event here. And let's go. I just want to get Miss Royer because I don't want to interrupt them anymore. Miss Royer, I heard that you were doing something now with business about 7 this and 5 that exactly. And the instructor looked happy. So what's going on?
Right now we're creating like a slideshow or a presentation on this software called Prezi, and it's pretty cool. We're marketing anything that we like right now, and it's a new thing that I'm learning, so it's very nice.
So in other words, in a few, I should be seeing you next to Donald Trump.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Hey, Mr. Brown, this is excellent. We're getting ready to go and take a tour of some of the other places, but I want to tell you, and I've been trying to find an avenue for this. Mr. Brown, here it is. Just like anywhere else, the black man is becoming extinct.
Absolutely.
The young black man. My cameraman is 22 years old.
Yes.
And he's been with me over a year. That's why we're #1, because I got a U.V.I. product as my cameraman. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, the cameraman is going to answer my question. He's been with me over a year. He's a complex graduate and a current U.V.I. accounting major. Watch this. He's going to nod the camera up or he'll go for no. We've been on homicides for the year. My cameraman, how many students have you seen slain that you went to school with over the year? Is it around 5 or 6 when we've gone to the scene, you've seen your classmate dead? That is a nod. That means that black men are becoming extinct. If you look around this class, you'll see majority of black women. We better get it together. I know we love the Eagles, the Pelicans, and the Bears, and the Whales, but I am more concerned about young black men like my cameraman and these beautiful men in this room are being extinct. So, Mr. Brown, do you echo those sentiments, sir?
I do, that we need to realize that so many of our young black men, while many are becoming extinct, we must tap into the greatness of these young men in this room and so many of our young men who are hidden treasures. Quite often in America and other places around the globe, if you are a black man, you are guilty until proven innocent. And so what we want to do is change the paradigm. We want to change the story by focusing on these positive students that we see today. So that's why I applaud you for coming in and showing a different story. Quite often, the media only comes out when it's something negative, but this is something positive. So we're so glad to see you here as we will continue to build prospects and not suspects amongst our young black men and teens all over the globe.
Give them a round of applause.
All over the globe.
And for yourselves as well, because I know U.V.I. has got a great future. Thank you very much. All right, back to your class. We're going to go outside and talk a little bit more. All right, still with Mr. Keith Brown and his I'm Possible mission. And again, you could get him on www.keithlbrown.com.
KeithLBrown.com. On Facebook, Keith L. Brown 1911. Twitter, Keith L. Brown 1911. The mission continues.
All right, we have here Nehemiah here, who was in the color purple with me, and we spent a lot of time backstage and everything. And I got to tell you something, Nehemiah. I just talked to Miss Royer in there, so I don't want you to lose out. Because you heard what we said about young black men, and you're an intelligent fellow. What do you have to say about your studies at U.V.I. and what's going on with young black men?
Well, I believe it's true. It's like every time I listen to the news on the radio, on the TV, it's like someone gets shot here, someone gets shot in the ghetto, someone gets shot in the park. I don't quite like that. I have a friend who was close enough to be a brother, and he got shot. So it inspired me to do a lot of good things. He got mixed up in the wrong crowd, like a gang or a drug dealer. Fact is, I just didn't try to stop him.
And you feel bad a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where Mr. Brown's going to come in and counsel you and mentor you for a second, and he'll have some thoughts on that. But before we do that, how old are you, Nehemiah?
17.
17. And you're at Kings Hill School, right?
Yeah.
All right, with Principal Koopman and them. And congratulations to you, young man. You could see that we don't have to worry about his future. But now he's feeling traumatized because he feels he could have stopped his buddy from going down. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Brown?
Well, I would say to Nehemiah and all young people who feel that you might have lost out on an opportunity to save another young person, enhance the life of another young person, you are here today. Nehemiah is here. We have over 200 young people from various high schools who are here, who are making a difference. University of Virgin Islands making a difference. Nehemiah and others continue to press forward. Continue to press forward. Do not focus on the past. Do not focus on the fact that you did not make a difference then. The fact is you're making a difference now. The fact is you are carrying on the legacy of your friend. The fact is you are changing thousands of lives when they see Nehemiah and my son and others and daughters who are empowered. So you all are the generation now, not the future. I don't want you to wait for the future. This is your future. This is your time. This is now. And Nehemiah, you're doing it now. So I'm proud to stand next to Nehemiah, the navigator, and West the best. And we're just going to have a global impact. We want all of our young people to live locally, but think globally. We're waiting on you.
All right. Again, www.keithlbrown.com. How long are you going to be here for, sir?
Yeah, we're going to be here the entire day, and then we'll be back on tonight to empower these student leaders on the campus. So we have an opportunity, unique opportunity to meet with high school students and then collegiate leaders who are their mentors. So we're going to bring it all full circle. We're just so blessed to be here with Star Max Media Film and Production Company, with Carl Millender and with Paula Berth, and just Dr. Priscilla Williams, you know, Residential Life here, who's doing a great job, who brought us over, and just these young people. Kevin, you understand, the young man, Kevin Dixon, he's a student, you know, one of the organizers. So our young people are empowered. Our young people are ready. We need to see that side of it.
All right,
absolutely.
Keith Brown. Back to class, young man. You made me proud in the color
There you go.
purple.
All right.
He didn't forget one line.
That's it.
All right. We're at U.V.I. St. Croix campus. Keith Brown. It's a mentorship, and we're proud to be on. Millions of people are watching this because we're on YouTube as well. So we're all getting it good. U.V.I., another win-win situation. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.